Tron Smart Spunky Beats versus the Huawei T19. Does the Qualcomm 3020 chipset in the Tron Smart Spunky Beats make them a better overall experience than the Huawei T19? We're going to dive into which one of these you should spend your money on today in a direct head-to-head comprehensive comparison using my new rating system. If you guys want to see what that rating system is before we get started, I'll have a link to that video up here. If you want to buy either of these, I will have links in the description down below. Go ahead, check me out, Twitter, Instagram, you guys know the deal. And if you guys like the video, hit the like button, it really helps the channel. Now, the first category that we're going to start with is the build quality and material. Now, I think that both of these headphones are decently well made. I would say that the materials of the Huawei T19 are a little bit more durable feeling and they feel a little bit more rugged in my hand. Both of the devices have a matte finish plastic, but the Huawei T19 has a more of a hard but matte plastic finish, whereas on the Tron Smart Spunky Beats, we do have kind of a soft touch plastic feeling. There is very little to no hinge wobble whatsoever with the Huawei T19 when we open up the hinge, and it does stay open on its own. The Tron Smart Spunky Beats have kind of a wobbly hinge, although these are pretty good compared to like the Redmi AirDots, but there is nothing holding the lid open, and it will close when you don't want it to. I would say that in the overall like build of these, I think that the Huawei T19 are slightly better built and they have a kind of more reassuring feeling in the hand. Part of what makes the Tron Smart Spunky Beats feel cheaper, I hate to say it, it is the inclusion of this fake leather cable and this included USB cable, although it's meant to make like the charging experience more convenient. It's USB Type-C and this cable feels like it's gonna break any day. We're gonna score this one Huawei T19 a 4 out of 5 and the Tron Smart Spunky Beats a 3 out of 5. Now, neither of these headphones are any good unless they have good sound. And this is somewhere that these headphones differ quite a lot. The Huawei T19 have so much bass. It's just like boom, boom, thump, boom, thump. It's just such a warm, enveloping, thumpy sound that I love listening to with hip hop, electronic music, and generally most popular music sounds fantastic on the Huawei T19. When we compare that to the Tron Smart Spunky Beats, the Tron Smart Spunky Beats are a little bit flatter in response. They have a much more controlled bass. It's a little bit tighter. And what I mean by tighter, the bass doesn't spill over into any of the frequencies, so you get excellent clarity. In fact, I would say that the Tron Smart Spunky Beats are clearly a more clear option if you're looking for like just clarity in sound, but the Huawei T19 have more bass. Now, historically, I have always favored the more accurate, flatter sounding headphones, and that trend is going to have to continue. Because I'm not always listening to hip hop or other popular music, the Huawei T19 are going to score slightly worse than this. For sound, I'm gonna have to give the Huawei T19 a 3 out of 5 stars, and I'm gonna have to give the Tron Smart Spunky Beats a 4 out of 5 stars. Even though the Huawei have more bass, I do find that the overall sound is slightly more accurate and slightly clearer with the Tron Smart Spunky Beats. Next thing that we gotta talk about is features, and both of these headphones are definitely packed with features. The Huawei T19 have a gaming mode. They have a true mono mode. They offer some type of clear voice capture for audio.
Hey guys, so as I'm recording the audio for this on the Huawei T19, showing you guys a little bit of my neighborhood if you want. One thing that I wanted to mention
if you guys want to hear how the microphone of these sound, I'll have a link to that full test up here. Then we talk about battery life. Now, the Huawei T19, without their charging case, have 5.5 hours of playback time and close to 100 hours of total playback time with the case. I think that for the majority of users out there, you could charge the Huawei T19 once a month for like the average user. If you're using these a lot, you might have to charge them every 3 weeks. On top of that, they do allow you to use the huge 2500 milliamp hour battery in the case to charge your cell phone. Now, unfortunately, these do feature micro USB, and I've said this before, but if a device is going to have micro USB, it's not that micro USB is an inconvenience to me if I don't need to bring a cable with me while traveling. Now, what I mean by that is pretty simple. If the battery life on these could get me through, let's say, a week-long trip on vacation somewhere, and I don't have to pack an extra micro USB cable to charge them, I don't really care if they're micro USB. Now, when we compare the features of the Huawei T19 to that of the Transmart Spunky Beats, the Transmart Spunky Beats have quite a few features, some of them less, some of them more, and let's go into them. So because they feature the Qualcomm 3020 chip, they have the true and seamless mono mode, just like the Huawei's. They offer CVC 8.0 for microphone quality. If you guys want to see what the microphone quality of these is, I have that included in my full test right up here.
So now we are outside. This is a pretty quiet street kind of overall. We are talking on the Transmart Spunky Beats. Now, how do I sound? I think overall they're okay. They're not great. And for the price, I think it's a pretty acceptable sounding microphone.
And as you guys would have seen if you saw that review, the microphone quality of these is okay, but it's like a little bit disappointing. Part of that has to do with the microphone placement of them and the overall design of the headphones. But I think these are acceptable for like most like low noise environments. Another feature of both of these headphones is indicators to see how much battery you have left. On the Huawei T19, you have a full readout with the full display. On the Transmart Spunky Beats, you have a set of indicator lights so that you know when you need to charge them. I find both of these totally acceptable solutions for just general casual use, but being able to see how much battery you have left on the Huawei, slightly more convenient. Now, the biggest advantage that you're gonna have with the Transmart Spunky Beats is the fact that they have the Qualcomm 3020 chip and they feature the aptX audio codec for reduced latency while gaming and watching YouTube videos. I'll have a link to that latency test right here in the video. Click on that card if you guys want to see it. So these were better for gaming than these were. That said, I do feel like the feature set on both of these is pretty comparable. I'm gonna have to give both of these devices a 4 out of 5 for features. Neither of them feature the active noise cancellation that you would have with like higher end headphones. And while these have some features, these have some other features. And I would say that unless you're playing gaming, the Qualcomm 3020 chip doesn't make that much of a difference when the microphone on these is slightly better. It's kind of up to you guys if you care that much about latency. Let's talk about the design and kind of user experience of these, because this is something that matters a lot. And this is where, at least in my opinion, we have a much bigger difference between the two of them. Now, the design of the case of the Huawei T19 is okay. I mean, the plastic on it, as I said before, it doesn't feel that great. I don't like the charging cable on the bottom. I don't like this little leatherette thing. And then on the headphones itself, I thought that I was having a unique issue with the headphones registering my ears as touch input and turning off. That didn't happen. It's not just me. I talked to some other people in my studio here about this, and they were having the same issue. You'd put them in your ears and they would register the side of your ear as a touch control and they would turn off. On top of that, the pin design and the actual way that these headphones fit inside the case means that more often than not, the headphones are not like charging or they become disconnected. Here, you guys can see right here, this case is fully charged. The left one is charging. The right one now is fully charging. But if we shake them, you see both of them powered on again. This is something I've noticed on my motorcycle, and the other people in my office noticed this as well. No such thing with the Away. Next thing I'd like to point out in the overall design and user experience of these is the design and touch controls of the Away and how big of a difference it makes using them. Now, both of these headphones allow you to control everything, including volume. That said, because of the design of the Away T19, because they have a dedicated touch area in the headphones, you can feel when you're making contact with that touch area. On top of that, because they kind of go up inside your ear and take up this whole area, they don't protrude out. So in regards to the profile of these in-ear, they're almost identical. That said, the touch controls on these are significantly easier and more enjoyable to use. They're more reliable to use. And really, the touch controls of these headphones are as good, if not better than, the touch controls on the Samsung Galaxy Buds. On top of that, the design of these headphones means that the microphone somehow is able to get like really good sound, even though there's no background noise isolation. And honestly, when it comes to the actual overall ease and enjoyment of using either of these headphones, it's not even close. Like, the user experience of these feels so much more premium than these. It's been confirmed by other people in my office. I need to give the overall user experience of these an 8 out of 10 stars, which is an absolutely excellent score for design, for usability. I find these feel very premium to use. On the other hand, because of how small these are, because of the user experience, because of what they feel like and how they make me feel when using them, being I'm never sure if they're going to automatically shut off, and just overall not being enjoyable, I'm going to have to take a lot of points away from these. And honestly, the touch controls being nearly unusable in some cases, and just more so than anything else, being inconsistent with their use, means I have to give these headphones, honestly, a 4 out of 10 for design and user experience. They have USB-C on the back, and they feature touch controls and indicator lights, but honestly, that's the only thing that they have going in regards to design and user experience. You guys can see by the final score, this comparison wasn't even close. And really what that comes down to is the fact that the Tronsmart Spunky Beats are an absolute beast on paper. But in regards to just like ease of use, quality control has been something else that's been brought up in my comment section about these. These just fall apart in regards to like when you start using them. These, on the other hand, don't seem that impressive until you start using them. And then you realize that the touch controls are extremely intuitive. You realize that the battery life does make a difference because you're charging these so infrequently. And all of those things put together just mean that these headphones are ones that I normally pick up, whereas I try to avoid these. Now, if you guys liked this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you found it helpful, give me a like. And if you guys want to see more videos about this, go ahead and check out these videos I have linked up here. And until next time, it's been Mitchell coming to you guys from Hanoi. Peace.